winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend.
Hi guys, it's Izzy. Now I'm sure you've learned in school about the 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. Each one is different and unique, but they all follow the same order, and there are certain activities you might do in each, depending on where you live in the world. For example, in Hoboken or Weehawken, in the fall it's cool and all the trees lose their leaves, so you might go pumpkin picking or rake. In the summer it's hot, so you may go to the beach or go swimming. In the winter we get a lot of snow, so you may build a snowman or go sledding. And in the spring, it's a perfect time for a picnic. Well, the Catholic Church also breaks up the year into different seasons. It's a good way for us to know where we are in the liturgical year and what to plan for. And like the seasons of the year, liturgical seasons always happen in the same order, use specific colors, and include certain activities. Now, I'm a huge fan of pizza, and the liturgical year kind of reminds me of a pizza pie. The seasons are Advent, Christmas, Lent, the Triduum, Easter, and the parts in between are ordinary time. So far in this liturgical year, we've gotten through Advent, Christmas, and ordinary time. Does anybody know what season is next? That's right, it's Lent. Welcome to the season of Lent. Lent is a liturgical season when we focus on helping other people and what we can do more to be of service. It comes one time a year and it kicks off with Ash Wednesday. You know that day of the year where people walk around with crosses made of ash on their foreheads? Even though Lent only happens once a year, the season lasts for 40 whole days, and it's both a time of reflection and of action. A lot of people think that Lent is only a time when we give up or sacrifice something in our lives. We do that because sometimes when we give up something that we really like, we can better focus on being thankful for what we have, appreciate working hard for something, and remember those that have less than we do or live their lives in constant need. Have you ever given up something for Lent? I've heard that people give up chocolates and popcorn and sugar babies and lollipops. They even eat pizza on Fridays. Maybe your mom or dad has given up coffee and sugar, or maybe you've tried to give up chocolate or your favorite cookie. These are for sure sacrifices to help us focus during Lent, and those are all good things. But Lent is also a time when our sacrifice or action can add something to our lives. For example, during Lent you might focus on sharing more with your brother or sister, or maybe writing a daily note to mom and dad to thank them for being so great. Maybe you'd like to pray a little bit more to God before bed, or volunteer some of your free time in the Hoboken shelter or on another community project. There are so many things you can do, and they're all forms of service. Lent then is an entire Catholic season of service. Now that doesn't mean that Catholics aren't called to serve all year long. Of course we are. But Lent is a really special season where we are called to look at our lives and see what we might be able to sacrifice or how we are able to serve for 40 days before Easter. Did you know that our Catholic family have some really cool individuals that practice service all year long? We call them missionaries.
Missionaries, people that bring the love of Jesus to the world. But who are they? What do they do? If I saw one walking down the street, would I be able to recognize them? You see, missionaries pick up their lives and travel somewhere to live for a period of time in order to bring the love of God to other areas of the world. Sometimes they travel to many places. Other times they focus on one spot and stay there. Missionary service might be for a week, a month, several years, or over a lifetime. But what does it really mean to be a missionary? This is the story of 4 friends of Saints Peter and Paul and St. Lawrence who are missionaries: Michael, Andrew, Christina, and Father Benny. Combined, they have completed about 50 mission trips within the United States, Jamaica, Nicaragua, and the Dominican Republic. The great majority of these mission trips have been in partnership with an organization known as Mustard Seed Communities. So we asked them, what makes a good missionary? A good missionary is a person with energy, who is open, a good listener, a loving person, a patient person, an understanding person, someone open to adventure, who is kind and unafraid, someone who is humble, who shows empathy, and is flexible to trying new things. But overall, a good missionary should trust that God will prepare him or her and work through him or her to be a gift to others. So what kinds of things does a missionary do? Now every mission trip is going to be unique, so the tasks might not all be the same. But for these 4, their tasks included some physical labor and some spending time with people. Physical labor included things like shoveling, nailing, hammering, wheelbarrowing, building homes, putting up chicken coops, building gardens, and painting. And in spending time with people, they got to pray together, play with children, sing songs, talk together, do arts and crafts, and even some teaching. But overall, it was just being present and showing a lot of love. And finally, what have they learned from being a missionary? Andrew said, "Being a missionary has taught me that I am so blessed. I now really appreciate the things that I have: a bed to sleep in, food, water, safety. It's taught me to be more relaxed, and it's also taught me that you can best get to know people simply by spending time being with them." Christina said, "Being a missionary has given me a closer and deeper relationship with Jesus, and it has taught me that I don't have to go far away to be God's hands and feet. I can serve people right here in my own neighborhood anytime." Father Benny said, "Being a missionary has taught me to be always kind and generous toward other people instead of being selfish. I am so grateful for what I have and appreciate the blessings in my life that are from the Lord." Michael said, "Being a missionary has taught me that God is everywhere. Sometimes where you see him is surprising. It might be in watching a friend play with one of the children, or watching Father Benny digging a hole, or even the new scenery. But being a missionary isn't about being a hero. I was more affected by the people I met than they were by me. In the process, I changed. I didn't change others."
So, Family Assembly, since we're at the beginning of Lent, I want you to think long and hard about what you can do these 40 days of Lent to be a person of service. I look forward to hearing about what service or sacrifice you've decided on. Remember, every day of your life is an opportunity to help out. Love and service go hand in hand, so get those hands out this Lent and ready to serve.